Right. Hello everybody. Welcome to part 10. Just a quick turnaround from part 9. Just to carry on really just for a little while on I mentioned in the last video that we were sort of filtration units really, and when you think about it or feel about it, we are in a way, this vessel is an amazing piece of kit really, what we've been given. We batter and bruise it and it can fix itself, that can, we've got about 800 trillion cells inside here, all membranes and stuff, all fixing, everything's working. Yeah, it really is if you think about it, it's like a miracle that this actually works. And then, to actually, women giving birth and how it's created, it's an amazing thing when you really get into it. So, but as a filtration system, as a filtration unit, what we are, where we absorb lots of stuff and then we can get rid of a lot of stuff in us. There's certain stuff if there's people here, what we were talking about in the last video, what are actually anti-life. So we are the pinnacle of life really. They're going to come really after us as the filtration units in the anti-life system what we live in. So if you've actually mapped out what this body is, the physicality of this body, how it works, what it needs, different vibrations, different harmonies, different frequencies, everything coming into this body, like you say, if we're in direct connection, say with Mother Earth, and I should imagine a lot of you have read or heard about the Schumann's resonance, 7.83 hertz, that's the heartbeat of Mother Earth, then we have exactly the same heartbeat, 7.83 hertz as Mother Earth, and we need that connection. There's something there was telling us that we have the same connection as these frequencies and harmonies and vibrations and all of this stuff. And if all of this is all disconnected, that's going to get us into like an illness if we're attacked on every front being a filtration unit. We're going to lose our connection to all of it, and this is done purposely. So, if we're in this anti-life system, then really we don't want to be living too long here, do we? Because we might have time to figure stuff out. So this is why work come in as a distraction, so it tires us out. We've got no time at the end of the day to even get into this stuff. Who cares? We need to pay our mortgages, the morgue where you age. We need to sort everything out, and say we've got family lives. So everything's busy all the time. So as a filtration unit, we haven't really got time to really sort of understand what's really going on with the fuel that this need. And like I say, if we're taken away from frequencies, vibrations, and everything else that we also need to communicate, the frequencies and vibrations of maybe sunlight and all of this type of stuff. We're taught to cover all of this, our skin up and all of this. Then we're losing communication all along the way. And if you throw in that we're vaccinated when we're really young and there's certain chemicals what are put into us, which are really not required, a lot of heavy metals what go into our system for a reason. And we're attacked from very, very early on because we haven't got the knowledge of what this vessel really is. And if we're in anti-life and we're trusting of this anti-life system because we're in it, then we will eventually just consume all of what the anti-life system gives to us, because we've been told that that's actually good for us, so if we've got a child what's just come into the world, a youngster or a young star what's come into this realm, and the people, the entities of the anti-life system need to really put a bit of a counter on that unit, what that soul or spirit is occupying that vessel, then they're going to start trying to do that very early when the immune system is still sort of like trying to get its coding going through the DNA, and as trying to knit together to its environment, to what's best for us, to actually create a balance within us, an immunity within us with our surroundings. Well, if you get people coming in, they're trusting of outside external influences, they're going to come in and allow their children to be, vaccinated, and without really knowing what's really in all these concoctions of these vaccinations, and why would we need to be vaccinated anyway when our immune system has been set up to be, an incredible organic system within us to stop a lot of this stuff. So we're allowing anti-life because we're falling into the mind of anti-life and everyone around us. So as a young child, we have got no chance. If we can't even speak our voices when we're young. So we're carted off to these hospitals, or these beings what are in anti-life mind themselves, with no consciousness, without knowing it, and allowing our children to be administered with all these chemical concoctions, which are not really have our best interests at heart, because the mind or the anti-life knows what these vessels are. They mapped them a very long time ago, cell to cell. They know exactly what it is, and so if we're in an anti-life system and the spiritual battle is on us and all of creation, well, they're going to come after us, and they're going to start trying to destroy us from in. And really, that's our ignorance of not really knowing what system we're actually in, what we trust, what allows them to do what they need to do to us, through us. So really, if we're ignorant to really what we're actually in an anti-life system, we'll allow this to happen to us, and we'll allow this to happen to our children and all of creation around us, because we have no idea of what we're actually in here in this battle, in this spiritual battle. We have no idea of what's actually going on around us. Like we've said before, it's like sitting down and playing chess against a grand master chess player and not even knowing that we're at the board of chess, not even knowing that we're in a game here, which is a very, very big, and I'm very reluctant to call it a game, because there's so much more than that. So the anti-life system has checked us out, and they know that what the filtration system is of what we are. So this will go on to a part of the aspect of my journey going back, and because this is one of the things that I learned quite early, when you're scratching your head of how, because a lot of people, why would this happen? Why would this happen? Because it's happening because we're the targets. We're the targets of the anti-life system. We're the targets of what the creators of that system has actually done, and they really want to slow torture us through life, not only in the mind, not only in their mind do they want to give us a lot of torture, but they actually want to give us a lot of torture in physicality. And when people say, well, we're living longer, well, when you check it out, we're not really living longer. We're dying longer. We're being kept alive longer. You know what I mean? Because the layers of that system, there will be what they call the tokens, the money to be earned out of that. So we have to break down why we've got a lot of illness inside of this system, and obviously there will be a lot of illness within this system, because it's an anti-life system, and if you've got a parasite, what that needs to do is keep the host alive for as long as it can. That's a really good parasite, as long as they don't kill it, they get what they want out of it, then they can suck the blood, the energy, the life force out of that host until it's no longer required. Then they've done their job magnificently for harvest, what we'll call it later. But if we get into the if we get into the filtration system, and this is what we've got to do on the journey back, is getting to know because then it's not going to be so much of a shock of actually what's happening, you know. So if it's anti-life system and we're a filtration unit, then we're going to be attacked from every angle that we can be attacked from, because they know that, you know, the creams soak in and what they do. They know what the toothpaste does. They know what all of like fluoride is. They know, the pharmaceuticals know, you know, like you're not telling me that with all of what they term as their technology, that you get a tablet now if you've got something wrong with your liver, that will have side effects and that will give you kidney failure. You know, like how do these, so this is where I'm going on this. This is where the attacks are happening on us, because I'm overly more than concerned about the attack on the children here, the attack on, you know, why we've got so much autism going around, why there's lots of stuff coming on here, and we need to get the background of knowing that we're in an anti-life system to actually wake up to the fact that we're not being helped here. A matter of fact, we're being slow tortured and we're getting carted off down a stream, which is exactly what these people what have created this this destructive mind, to created this anti-life system, what they're actually really after of us and our life energy, and how they create an unconsciousness within us, where we're just handing over our children to this corrupt system that is hurting them, and it's going to continue to hurt us really, and everything else, you know, if we don't wake up to these facts. So that was the, you know, this is the filtrate that I really wanted to get, that we are a filtration unit, these vessels in this anti-life system, so that we can start comprehending actually on where I started waking up with the pharmaceuticals and everything else, what's going on here. So you've got a little bit of background on actually what anti-life is here, and that is us, and that is the system and what we're doing to each other through unconsciousness. So this is the part where, you know, we've got to start asking, we've got to start getting to the real roots, causes of everything here, and not just be gate-kept at a word, you know, like you say, like you've got 1 in 2 now of people what are now getting cancer, you know, like. And if we base our evolution, like I said in the last videos, on technology, then why is 1 in 2 now getting cancer? You know what I mean? And we're so acceptant to that. That's like, well, I very rarely hear anyone saying, why is that number? Why are we getting that? You know, I'm very like, as a filtration unit, and if anti-life know how we work, that will tell you that 1 in 2 for them is good going. You know, that is really good going, because out of that they can, you know, the image of someone dying of cancer was left to their family, and that image will be imprinted in their heads for a very long time through the trauma of that. And that's 1 in 2 now. So 1 in 2. So why are we getting cancer? What is it? So this is all to do with this anti-life system. Why is 1 in 2 coming across cancer in their life? You know, and what is cancer and why? And this is one of the illnesses. This is why we're so dis-ease. That's where dis-ease, you know, that's where, you know, you get dis-ease, right? That's because we're at dis-ease with ourselves in this anti-life system. We really know deep down what we're doing, what is happening here. But we've just got to take the framework of this mind out of the way, and then we can start really helping, you know, the people around us and the children and all of nature and the kingdoms. This is what we're saying. But 1 in 2 with cancer, and I very rarely hear anyone saying, well, why is this happening? You know, it's just so accepting of, well, it is just what it is. No, it isn't. It isn't, because if you look at frequencies, vibrations, and acidic, alkaline, dietaries and all this all goes into it, but not many people are aware of this stuff. The masses are aware of this stuff, and this is where, you know, if you're ignorant and your ignorance is going to harm your children and children's children, then we've got to break out of this because they need to be helped, you know. And we're living in an anti-life system where we're very, very acceptant of children drinking out of dirty puddles while others sit in golden thrones. You know, we're very accepting of that, where the homeless people, there's spikes in doorways, but why are they homeless in the first place? What's happening? Well, why is this happening in this system? So obviously we've got to get to the root causes of everything, and this is one of the major reasons for my journey going back of comprehending what this is all leading to and where we're going to go on it. And so we're going to see if we can stick at this journey, you know, because like I say, there's a lot to find out, there's a lot to deprogramming to do, but we have to do that, because if not, you know, 1 in 2 in my, well, it's not acceptable. None of it is acceptable here. None of it for me is acceptable. You know, we might be walking around in a daze out there, days to days, but we've got to start dropping a few things and start really, really looking at this, because there's not going to be a lot left, you know what I mean, to hand over to a next generation. And I'm reluctant for that to happen on my watch. So, like I say, it's just a few videos. I just want to get a couple out there. I hope this stuff, I'm having major problems with the laptops and all that. Must be saying some stuff what, you know, don't quite want to be getting out there, because everything just seemed to be breaking. Just might be a coincidence, but there you go. So much love from Escape the Maze to you. Much love from me to you, and you're worth it. Let's hang in there and let's get to the root cause of this. Let's find out. Let's be brave enough. Let's be brave enough to walk down some dark corridors with each other and actually find out what is going on here. So like I say, much love from me to you. Take it easy.